Hey,
Dave is coming on now.
Hello.
David, you see him?
I do see him.
Hi.
The handsome-looking guy.
Good to see you.
Well, I'm writing down who I want to talk to again and who the rest I'm just going to forget. But
Okay.
anyway,
Thank you.
he's a good-looking one, so I'm claiming.
Well, aren't you sweet?
Let me get Bob on, just a second.
Oh, they just switched you.
Yeah, well-
Where do you live, Dave? Here comes
And here comes somebody else, Phyllis.
Bracco.
Yeah, Bob Bracken. Remember Bob Bracken?
No.
Bob remembers you, evidently.
Hi, Bob. Where are you?
He's coming.
Yeah,
He'll be
I
there,
can see
I hope.
the right half of him. Yeah, oh, there goes. Something's coming. It's starting. Oh, it says
Out, we try again. Something went out.
failed.
Yeah.
Call
Oh,
failed.
yeah.
Oh, there you are. Yes. Gee, money.
Yes.
And I don't want to embarrass any of you, but you sure look old. Or can't you see me? If I had known you were coming, I would have rolled my hair. But
Well, we haven't seen you with your hair, this is a first for most of us.
it doesn't matter.
You used to wear that habit, remember?
I've got the same style Patricia has. Yes,
Teenager.
Hold on a second before you order. What was that again? Here she is again. In front of me.
Hi, Phyllis. I'm just saying that you must have been a teenager when you taught us. You're so close to our age.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to tell you about that, but I was a child prodigy, isn't that what they call them? And so they let me go ahead just to get rid of me. They put me down over in Missouri. They said, good luck.
Now, you told Larry and I that when you were in Denver, you were a model, right?
I was what?
A model?
Oh, yes, when I was 16 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And then there are stories that go with that.
Yeah.
Then there are fancy words, like when you walk down the plank. See, that's my language, and you can interpret that however you want. But you got all these women all dressed up, and the ladies sitting in a big tea room,
Right.
look to see what you got on, and you're swinging and swaying, and you smile, and everything like that. And
I bet you did it as good as anybody. Right?
well, I'll tell you what happened after that privately sometime.
Okay. It'll be between. I won't tell anybody else, don't worry.
We're all too young.
That'll be in chapter 7 of the book I wrote.
Larry's going to edit, you're going to write. That's right. Right, Larry?
Right.
She's seriously, she's writing a book, right? Right, Phyllis? You're writing a book.
Well, I have the material, it isn't organized.
Okay.
I write in 10 years.
You have a, what you're going to call the name of the book? You have a name for it?
I'm working. Yeah, I've been fooling around with it, but I haven't decided yet.
All right, let me see if I can get Kenny one more time. I don't know why, I'm not Kenny, Bob.
Now, give me a last name. Kenny what? There you are.
No, Bob, it's Bob Bracken. I'm trying to get on there. For some reason,
Yeah. Gosh, you can, I've never seen anything like this before.
Here he comes. Here comes Bob. You ready? This is the last one, so you don't think there's, we're not going to lay a whole bunch of people on. There's two people that couldn't make it. Kenny Martin in Kansas City, he couldn't make it. And Frank Nickel, who lives in
Leadville.
Leadville, Colorado, near Denver.
Yeah, I know where that is, yeah.
Sure you do. Say hi to Bob.
Hi, sister.
Well, Brackham?
Yeah, Bob Bracken. That's right. He's just looking at the things there. Now,
Yeah,
listen,
I got
you
it.
see her okay, Bob?
Hi, neighbor, how you doing?
Right on. Yeah, I am doing fine, thank you.
Can you see her, Bob? Bob, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you're not coming, for some reason, you're just frozen. I don't know, oh, there you go, you're back. You're okay now, there you go.
Maybe I want. Is it?
Your moment is, we all do. All right, so everybody's on now, Phyllis. This is the gang that you got. So this is your class of 53. Sixth grade. We were your sixth grade class in 1953. Okay.
53, okay. I'm glad you told me that because I was explaining to one of my friends here that out of the blue I got this phone call from some of the children. Now that's some of the children I taught in 53, and I packed them and began writing. Okay, that was St. Louis, Missouri. Then where did you go? And I said Butte, Montana. And then where did they put you? And I said in Leadville, Colorado. And then where did they send you? To Wyoming. Let me see. It wasn't Cheyenne. It's that other place that's big and famous in Wyoming. And then I kept going and going, and I taught the same grade all the time. I'm glad you've got this picture photo thing because the names would click, but I would have no idea what you look like because I'm standing up in the front of a class of 29 or 30 people year after year after year after year, and I could lie and, say, oh, what? I have to go to confession because I don't.
Have you ever figured out how many sixth grade classes you taught?
I know I've never done that,
You've done it?
but let me see.
Well, you don't have to do it now. I just wondered if you.
Oh, I just even see.
When did you stop teaching?
Well, but I left the community after 25 years, and there was a period of hospitalization,
Okay.
and part of it was connected with memory.
We've been pretty potent in chasing young sisters away after teaching us. We discovered over the years.
I don't remember.
There were several groups several sisters that
If anything,
well,
I could see it, darling.
sixth grade picture.
And, but I hope you won't snitch on me.
It depends, Phyllis. It depends on how you act. We gotta.
Not a word. Not a word.
You remember Sister Georgianne?
Yeah, but that's not her.
I know that.
Yeah, I know Georgianne. She gave each one of you some kind of a memory kind of thing.
She gave us a little memory book. In fact, that's why we're all together, because of the memory book. Yeah. It's like you forget who you who you.
Oh, that's all right. Jim Enright. Oh, yeah, the name sounds familiar. Who would see it?
Well, if you figure even 20 years, and what do you figure about 25 or 30 in a class? That's a pretty significant number of kids who are like 11 years old.
But your names are very familiar to me, but I wouldn't be able to put a face with the name.
Well, when we had our 60th reunion earlier this year, we didn't recognize some of our classmates who came, ourselves, who came in 6 years.
You're telling the truth. You don't have to go.
I'm sorry? We're getting a little break up here. Here we go. Phyllis, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you laughing. I think it's Bracco.
He's in your moment again here. Bob, can you hear us?
Yes.
But your picture's frozen again for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I heard everybody's clear to me. I don't see myself.
That's what's important.
Yeah, it's frozen you with a big smile on your
Yeah, it's a good
face.
picture. We like that picture. Sometimes we just leave that there instead of Bob, you know.
Yeah, no complaint, no complaint.
Okay.
And I see, what's Marvel's first name?
Who? Larry.
Larry.
Larry Phyllis.
I see you're in a swivel chair, and I can see you like a little kid.
Larry is our class president, by the way. Did you know?
Okay.
Yeah, we named him class president back when we were all like 11 years old.
Oh, well, he probably got the brains for it and the know-how.
Well,
Really?
you know, I didn't say that for you to say that. Best leave it alone, you know.
Phyllis, how long have you been living in Ireland, and what do you think about doing that?
Okay, I've been living here for 24 years now, and my people, I grew up in my grandfather's house. It was called Depression years,
Mm-hmm.
way before you were born.
And this was in Denver, was it?
Yeah, and that's Tracy that you're over
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
I
I
think.
see you talk, that's all.
Oh, I
You
see
don't have to look
what
at
you
me, you can look at her.
Yeah, you're putting in Okay, and to answer your question, my mother was a Luther, Swedish Luther, which, and my father was Roman Catholic, which meant that the parents on both sides were horrified to think that their daughter, their son would do such a thing. So my father and my mother ran away and eloped and got married by a justice of the peace, and neither side of the Roman Catholics or the Lutherans could complain about that. Now, do you want to hear more?
Sure.
Oh yeah, it's getting interesting.
Okay, so, and then the Depression came, and jobs were difficult to get. Now, this is what they tell me. And so my mother, I was born then, maybe 2 years old, and they had to find a place to live. They didn't have money. So they moved in with my Irish grandfather, who owned a 2-bedroom house. That's the only house I ever knew. And if you want to hear more, you can read my autobiography when it comes out in hardcover.
Hardcover? Okay.
Yeah.
You got a price for it yet, or you know what you're going to charge for the book?
No, I'm not on that. No,
Yeah.
haven't done that yet.
Okay.
I'm,
Why did you decide to, maybe, you know, Dave's getting at, why did you decide to stay in Dublin? Because you only came over there for what, 2 weeks? Was that the idea?
I came over on a 2-week holiday.
2-week holiday, you stayed for 24 years.
Yeah.
So what made you stay?
All of my family, immediate family, had passed on. And
Okay.
so, and let me see, yeah, the house was sold. So I didn't, I inherited it, you know, but then when I was in a townhouse when I was still teaching, and it was getting a salary to pay for it. But then there was another health issue, so I took what you call a leave of absence, and spent some time in the hospital. And then this is an interesting part, but I might take up too much time. I got a job with the food stamp office.
Well, yeah, tell them about that. Now, this is a great story. Tell them about that. Get it.
I don't know if I can. Okay, it was my job to, they would give me every day the list of the people that I was supposed to send food stamps to. So I went about my business, this person gets $50 worth, okay, put it in the envelope, put the envelope in this file, etc. all morning long. And then when the time came, you leave them in alphabetical order because it's easier. And then you put them in a bag and they lock it with one of those locks you put on those great big canvas bags. I don't know, they're very sturdy fabric, whatever it is.
Right.
And then they take them off to the main office, the main food stamp office, because they go all over the eastern slope of the Rocky Mountains.
This is out of Denver, right?
Yeah, that was our territory,
Right.
because there were several food stamps throughout the state. We just had one geographic area. Let's see, okay, so 3 months after the detectives, we could pick them out really easy. They thought they were being real. Well, I'm guessing they thought they were being
Phyllis,
kind of.
Phyllis, what were the detectives doing there? Explain that.
Well, they were called in by my superior, and that was governmental. It was Colorado material, so it was
State.
Colorado detectives that were called in to find out why every month these same 4 people were not getting their food stamps.
Mm.
And so he worked for 3 months, and my friend and I were the first subjects of court because that first access. Anyway, so finally my superior brought the detective to me at my workplace and introduced him and said, "We have this situation, blah, 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 blah." And I said, "I've heard about it." And they said, "Can you help us? What do you think?" These 4 different people had phoned in, each month saying they didn't arrive. And so I said, "Well, okay, we'll start at the beginning." And I got out my big government sheet with their names on it, because each day it would be a different group of people. So we located the 4 names. I said, "Yes, I sent them." Okay, the next step is, where would they have gone after they left your desk? And, well, my fellow workmate was Ben Hiroshima. And so I looked at him, I said, "Well, I'm the first one that would have access to the envelopes." I said, "We've got you covered, put your hands up." And he's an Oriental that filled the impression that we get of no emotion showing on the face, always self-controlled. And so I'm laughing my head off because I've got this big detective standing in my right-hand corner asking me what to do. And Ben is just being like,
Pretty stoned.
yeah, very, very much minding his own business. So we passed that up. And then we began saying, "Okay, who's the next person that would have access?" And then I said, "Well, the 2 fellas that come and pick it up after Ben and I have put it in these bags with the kind of lock you couldn't fool around with, but they had the key over at the other place where we were sending them, another office." And so I took them through. The next people that could have would be the 2 men who picked the bags up from our office, loaded them in their truck, or I forget the name of all those, a car, okay, vehicle. Put it in their vehicle. So I said, they'd be the next ones that would have the opportunity. And he said, okay. And I said, then they go over to the main office. And I said, my best friend is, one of my best friends is the boss over there. And I said, I know him from my personal life, and he is very, very much above average. And so I would like to cross him out of the suspect list. But I said, one of these four people, if they were in my Wednesday list, they were on a Wednesday. And so I told my superior, she's listening to me talking to the detective, and so I said, Ann, would you phone Charlie and ask him, does he have a helper come in on a Wednesday only? And so that was it. So we set up for what to do. Watch the guy, he's the helper that comes in on Wednesday, and wait for him outside. First, go up to the window so you get a good look at him, see what he's wearing, what color his hair is, and all of that. And then wait off of the property, and like get out on the public, we call it a sidewalk. Over here it's a footpath, but anyway. And wait till at 4:30 when they're all coming out the front door. Be sure you're on public property, you're not on the private property. And when he gets down onto the, we call it a sidewalk at home. I'm getting my terminology over here. You know, it's like two different languages in sometimes, but anyway. And then after you can apprehend him there, so. Is that what you want me to tell him?
Well, he broke the case, basically. That's yeah. This will be in your book, right, Phyllis?
I'm pretty sure I'll decorate it up a little bit.
As you should.
That's a great start.
Excuse me, Jim?
Yeah.
Could you face me toward the Skype camera, so the Skype screen?
Phyllis, where'd you go? Here we go. Okay. Yeah, sure. Here we go.
So I can see Phyllis?
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
I'm not seeing it yet.
Oh, you don't see? Oh, you don't see her?
There's
I don't see, is that Teresa?
That's Teresa.
I can't see you. I love Jim, but I would like to see you a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I think you can see her.
No.
See you can't. Oh,
No, just you.
Have
Maybe
you-
you go point the screen down a little lower. Maybe I can see.
wait a minute. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Let me see.
I see
Let's
five.
focus here. Whatever map above her.
Is this it here?
A little bit to the left now. A little bit more to the the other direction.
Let's look.
Now down. There she is.
Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit more. Further over.
Over this way?
Perfect.
Okay.
Great.
I'll just hold this till I drop. How's that?
Oh,
See, doesn't she look good?
Oh, she's wonderful. Just wonderful.
well,
What a memory you have, Phyllis.
Yeah.
pardon?
She said one of the
For details.
The rest of you fellas, you stop talking so I can hear Teresa. Or you stay up for
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sister.
No, I just said, Phyllis, that you have a terrific memory. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, gosh. But
Patricia.
let me write that down so I won't forget what you said. I have it written down. Okay, I've got it in my book, and if I ever need to look to read it, I'll say, I remember that.
That's right.
Absolutely. So,
Well,
Detective.
well, just so you, can I put you down just for a second now, or do I have to keep going?
I could see her face.
Well,
You want to put her down so I can see your face?
Well, you don't want to
instead
see my, you can see enough of my face, Phyllis, you know. Well,
if I get a choice, I don't want anybody to know what I prefer, so I'm just not gonna give you any more suggestions.
okay. Well, I'll set you down just for a second, okay, Teresa? Well, I'll put you back up just a second, okay?
Sorry, Jim.
You know, let me just set you down.
This is very,
You can see me, right?
Yes.
this will make, I would say, a chapter in my book if I am.
I think we have a very important chapter in your book, yes.
Yeah, but I don't have the details like where each of you lives.
Well,
I
we'll go around the horn here. I live in Frederick, Maryland. Larry, you live in, where's that?
At South Carolina.
Head South Carolina. You know where that is, Phyllis? That's off the coast of South Carolina, out in the Atlantic Ocean.
the specific name.
Pardon me?
Hilton Head Island.
Hilton Head Island. It's an island. It's a South Carolina island, yeah. It's where they send people.
I thought that's
Surprise mystery, Jim.
the rich people. Rich
Yeah.
people do what they do.
Right. Especially the north side of the island, yeah. Yeah, that's where all the rich people are. We're gonna go there. Larry's invited all us poor folks to come on October 2016 for another. We're gonna have another reunion, Phyllis. So,
Well, if Larry's and having the party, airfare.
it's not absolutely. He lives on the rich side of the island.
You're welcome to join us, fellas, if you'd like to.
It would be the highlight of the trip. It really would.
Well, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you hear voices saying, "Where are you? Where are you?" And so you might not want to invite me. See? Because
I don't remember you like this in sixth grade, Phyllis.
Very sober.
You're very sober and very,
Non-collie.
yeah.
Well, I used to drink, but I didn't. I stopped drinking, and then I'm sober. So.
Oh, okay, well, that explains. So, anyway, just to cut to the chase here for a minute, I mentioned to you what we're gonna do, is we're gonna get you started on the Irish Independent, the Sunday paper, okay?
Oh, wonderful.
So you can thank everybody here for that. And also, if you would be so kind to send me the, whatever the number is I need to find out on the, for your pillow, right, for the Lazy Boy. Yeah, I need you have
You're going to be the lazy boy?
yeah, we're gonna do that too. Yeah, we're going all out, kid. Let me tell you.
Well, let me make my list. I thought it was going to be the paper, but
We're gonna go big. We're gonna do Lazy Boy. So I need some stock number or some number to work off of.
I hear you.
Hello, you. Right? Yeah. Right.
Now, is there an address I can send this stuff to, or do you want me to do it by computer?
Yeah, just email it to me. Yeah, that's easy. You're pretty good with email.
Oh, email.
Yeah, email.
Oh, I've got you, Jim. I've got your.
Oh, I know you do. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So if you can email me all the particular and what color you want, everything you want about the pillow, and then we'll order it from Lazy Boy. And remember you got this Lazy Boy model 20-some years ago, right? So
Oh, yeah.
hope we can fit it.
And it's the one with a handle on the right side,
Right.
and you pull the handle up toward you in the footrest, flips up.
Well, believe it or not, I still think they're doing that. So hopefully we'll be okay. But we should be okay.
Well, thank you very much, all of you.
Thank everybody here, and our whole class is going to contribute to this. So there's about almost 20 of us, so that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes,
Well,
it is. And I feel really honored.
well,
Yeah.
we feel honored. What are you talking about? We think it's fun.
Okay, well, in my prayers today, I'm going to, I have a few extra things to say to the Almighty.
Uh-oh.
You know, to thank you.
We can use it, believe me, all of us.
And I'm just going to suggest to the Almighty that if this class of 53,
54, Phyllis.
1954, if they're being this good to me, I'm going to suggest some other. I can replace all my furniture with that.
You're on to something good.
Okay. Well, I thank you again, folks, and
Well, listen, hasn't this been fun? Enjoy this?
this is a whole chapter in my book.
Well, then it must be fun, then, if it's a chapter you book. Can you
Yeah.
see her now? Can you see her?
Yeah, bye, Tree.
Well,
Yeah, I
oh,
see it.
bye-bye.
No, we're not going by. I'm just putting you up there so you can see her, that's all.
I'm seeing the Skype sign, but I'm not seeing Phyllis.
No, I'm sorry.
I see you, I see you, Tree.
There she is.
Oh, there, okay.
A little bit of her.
All right. Oh, you know what it is? It's where your camera is. That's right. Well, your camera's over here. That's what it is. Okay, now I get it. All right. Can you see her?
Yeah, I can see her hand. Yeah, there she is.
You see her?
Okay.
I can see her hand, I can't see her face.
Can you see her face now?
Down.
Wait, I see it.
We're
Yeah,
down.
I see
There
it.
she is. Stop. Just hold it there, Jim.
Hey, no problem.
She's got her glasses on, and
Oh,
I
you betcha.
can't get close enough to Dave. I don't think he has
No-
wearing eyeglasses.
No glasses today, Phyllis.
That's- Okay, well, the rest of us are seniors.
Where are your glasses, Phyllis?
Where are your glasses?
Okay.
There
You
they are.
got a hand. That's right. Okay.
They're hanging on I only read them for, I only
Oh, you read it for using, do you? Yeah.
I don't read this when I'm wearing. Good, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Now, what are you planning to do today after we get? Well, it's 3:00. It's after 3. Like
Oh my
it's
gosh.
4 there.
Yeah, it's a quarter for
Yeah.
what I plan to do.
Yeah. What's your typical day like? What's your typical day like?
My typical day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, when you tuned in, I was taking a nap. And the lady came to my bedroom and said, "There's somebody on the email upstairs, and they want to talk to you." And I'm waking up from my nap, and I said, "Oh, okay, lead me to them, because I'm on the first floor, and this machine is up here on the second floor, and I hardly ever talk." Carrying on a conversation is foreign to my practice the last 10 or 15 years. Yeah, because it's more of an isolated,
You're fine.
it's an isolated, now to adjust to being 86 or so, and it's, if you do it little at a time, then when it comes, you're friends because you've been friends with yourself.
That's right.
Now, do you hear me? Is there anybody here who wants to ask a question? Raise your hand and take it.
All right, guys. You got a question for her?
I do. Phyllis, how old were you when you were teaching us in the 6th and 7th grade?
In 54.
1954.
I was born in 29. and I have to use a pencil and paper. 1954.
It's 86, you can go back from there. Figure it out.
9 for 14, let me see, that's 5 and 3, how about 25?
Yeah.
20, yeah.
Okay.
That's not right.
Well, I'm doing math, yeah.
Yeah, but now this, I mean seriously, and I'm having a little talk with myself here on whether to say it or not. Oh, goodness sakes. But, the head lady that runs the whole operation is showing people around at the one with the money.
The important one, yeah.
We'll talk.
So I feel very important here with 4 people, talking to me on this machine.
5 people.
Yeah. Okay, let me see now. What am I going to do? What was the question? I don't know.
How old were you when you were teaching us? You were 25. When you taught us in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Yvonne. How long did you say in St. Louis Parish? Do you remember? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I guess I do. But, like, let me see. I'll estimate the answer.
That's fine.
As
We're pretty good with that.
Yeah, because I was really trying to get a picture of my life because I had never sat down and written like, okay, I began in Denver and you did all this, and then you went to Kansas and you did all that, and then you began teaching. And I said to myself, well, let's see. My first assignment was in Kansas City, Kansas, and then across the river they put me over at St. Louis Parish in Kansas City, Missouri. And from there I went to Montana, Butte, Montana, and then Helena, Montana, and Wyoming, and all this time I'm trying to remember what you look like. So, because I've seen all these faces, and that was one of the most wonderful privileges of my life. When, like right now, I'm looking at 5 of you. And when you multiply that, let me see, I taught what? When I think of these 5 human beings in front of me, and you were part of my life, a big part of my life, because, yes, because the results, now this is from my point of view, and I can say to myself, you made it, you did all right, because it was,
if you go on the website, we paid for you there. In fact, Teresa put a very nice tribute we put on the website. Do all the systems you taught us. I mean, that's why we, as I think we said something about it, it made us ready for life, pretty much. And I think that's
a good foundation, Phyllis.
Yeah, it was a good foundation.
All of you.
Yeah, and so terrific.
and it's all the way around, but we've all got pluses, and it seems to me, I get the feeling that we've all dealt with our minuses, or ignored them, or lived with them.
Dealt with it, not anymore.
Yeah, and because right now I'm looking at 5 happy people. It looks to me, Larry's got a big smile, and sometimes it doesn't look like a smile. It looks more like a laugh. But that's up to Larry. And Chris, and Dave is sitting back relaxed if he had
No.
a cigarette in his right hand, you know, because he's just, I guess he's in his living room at home.
Phyllis,
I don't know where-
I gave up cigarettes a long time ago.
Okay, I beg your pardon.
That's quite all right.
I'll say 3 Hail Marys as my defense. Okay, and then Jim with that cap on, you see, I can't see whether he's got a bald head or not. And I don't know if he does that on purpose or if he really likes that blue.
No, it's just to tease you.
Come on, Jim, take the hat off. Let's see.
No, we'll leave the hat.
Never mind, okay. But I'm very grateful for you and to still to show me who I was in the early part of my life, my teaching life.
Right.
Because so much has happened in between when we left each other in all our lives.
Mhm.
There's so much. And then to put it back together and we're all able to accept all the wonderful things like if I do get this book written, you know, I have no outline yet of what I want to do, but you're the only ones that I've taught. Well, not the only ones. I've had a few individuals, but a group who have come back into my life, even just to renew, friendships. Now, that wasn't our relationship at the time, I feel so like I have material to get it in the chapter of the book.
We're doing our best, Phyllis, to get this done.
Yes, so thank you
Can
for
I ask you a couple of questions? How did you pick Sister Mary Amada? Where did that come from?
I was kneeling once, Jim, and this great bright light appeared before me, and it was glowing, and I said, oh, what shall I do? Who do you want me to be? And I heard this voice say, Amata, and I said, well, okay, does that mean Amata, you love me? And the voice said, yes, that's what I do. And so that's what I put down when they asked me. And I have no idea why I put that down, Jim.
Yeah, no.
Can I get back to you on that?
Please do. The other question I had was, do you have any photos from back then when you were, when you guys were, when you were in St. Louis Parish? Do you have any photos from then, any black and white photos?
Okay, to mine, I had a few photos of me from that year group, or those years of my life. Okay. And I have been pretty careful most of my life not to give away the original. When you send something to your customers. So I'm
sorry, go ahead.
I'm not sure I still have any, but
if you ask Michelle to scan them, she can scan them and send them to us electronically through the emails.
Oh, you mean, so if I only have one copy?
Yeah. She'll scan it, and you keep the original, and the scanned copy goes through the waves and digitizes, and we get to see it. And then we'll put it on the website, which is what we'd like to do. You don't have any photos of you folks.
I always wanted to be in the movies. I've always wished that I could be like Judy Garland in Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Well,
etc.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
Great voice still.
Yeah, your voice voice is great.
Oh, thank you, okay.
Do you remember, help me here, Teresa, it's, our music teacher is still alive, Sister,
Oh,
And Callahan.
Sister Ann Callahan.
She goes by, Sister
what was it?
Marion Cartwell.
Mary Ann Carnada, do you remember?
She was there at that time.
Yeah, do you remember her?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, she's still living in Kansas, she's in Kansas,
At the
at
Mother House.
the Mother House in Leavenworth.
And she just went for, did she come up with you folks to
Yes.
a reunion?
She went to our reunion, yes, she did.
She had dinner with us and
Yeah.
liturgy.
Yeah, she was great, sounded great.
She's a wonderful fiddle as well. She has great memory. She connects with everybody. She's
Yeah.
just a dynamo, little dynamo.
And we, Sister George Ann's, I think I told you, Sister George Ann's actual sister came to the reunion. Her,
Ruth.
yeah,
Ruth.
Ruth, and that was nice. It was nice to see her.
Mary Anita Sullivan was with us.
Oh, isn't she from Butte, Montana?
Exactly, yeah. She's a great singer. She sang a little prayer.
Oh, that's
for us.
right, she did, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was still with us, yeah. Would there be anybody else that's alive that would have been in my time?
No, it's just you and Sister Incarnata.
We don't know about Sister Mary Janine. Do you remember her? I think she taught the same grade for part of the year.
Yeah, Mary Janine, yeah.
Reardon, I think her last
Yeah, her
name.
name was Ruth. Yeah,
I don't know whether she's still, I don't think she's still in the community, but yeah, she was, she taught us the same year.
Phyllis, you go on our web, been on our website?
I beg your pardon?
Have you been on have you seen our website?
There were about 10 photographs,
Right.
one after the other, yeah.
Saw that, okay.
It's still on my, I don't know your vocabulary.
Right.
It's still on my website, is that what
Still
you
on
call
your computer, yeah.
Yeah.
Have Michelle take you through all of the website because there's a lot of stuff on there that you'll remember. I mean, first of all, you'll see the thing about the sisters, and you'll see us as we looked in 1954, and you might recognize, what we look like. It's all there. David put together this wonderful website that has a lot of information. You should go through it. Okay?
Now, Jim,
Yeah.
you mentioned to me that one of your group is connected with the newspaper.
Sadly to say yes. That's Larry, who was our classmate.
Hey, I was gonna.
I came from the newspaper business.
Is it just a memory now, or do you still have connections?
Well, yeah.
So it's more of a nightmare, but yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Look at it.
Yeah, it depends how you look at it. Yeah, we both got out of there before the business started to go down, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it went down because we left.
That's right. That's how we put it. Exactly.
But see, you have experience in the area that I'm thinking of reaching out into, because like publishing, I don't know anything about, or very little about going to a publisher.
Oh, you
So, and
book published, you mean? For your book?
if I get that far, yeah.
Okay, well, just let us know, because we've got a couple of editors that can help you, and we can help you find a publisher over there. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful. And
Yeah, we can get it for you.
when we get to that point,
You have it ready
and
for Christmas.
then I can, I'll charge for autographs.
Oh, yeah, that will do it right there.
Yeah.
An autographed copy, man. Do you think you have it ready for our reunion in 2016, in October? That's 2 years from next month. If you come over, you got to autograph it.
2016.
You know, you weren't the only one left.
Okay, I accept your invitation, but I might scare you to death if I show up in the middle of the night and say, Jim.
You guys remember having this much fun back in 6th grade?
No.
We were all sober.
Yeah, yeah.
But then to act this way back then.
That's right.
Well, the rest of you can't, well, maybe you can see Jim, but he's been drinking. Every once in a while, he lifts up a cup and
Yeah, there's some, yeah, a little vodka in there. Yeah,
keep you going.
going here. So, so what do you do after you get off with us? Do you have a dinner? What time do you have your dinner at? What time is your dinner?
It's the small meal.
Small meal.
They call it something else right now. I don't.
Supper?
No. Let me see. This is
What time? It's 4 o'clock.
yeah, 4 o'clock. Well, okay, 5:30. For our sandwiches, okay?
Sandwiches.
It's very small.
You left it hungry afterwards, or do they starve you, or what's going on there?
Oh gosh, no, just the opposite.
Oh, really?
And, you know, well, in my case, I really would not enjoy more than a sandwich because the carrier is magnificent.
Yeah.
If you've got mothers or sisters or or children for that matter that ever need care, then may God bless you with a place like this.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
Oh,
You can be mothers. I think all our mothers are, gone by now. So it might be sisters. So you have your light meal in the evening, and then what time do you normally go to bed?
well, let's see. I don't know about anybody else, but I usually head for bed about 10:45,
Okay.
and because that's what I call private time, and I can work on if I want to work on something, or I'm not a big TV person. I'll do TV at 6 at night for the news, and then at 7 to 8 that's when I think they have a nice choice of things that I would be interested in. And then from there it goes on into these win money kinds of things, and hit the bell, and they perform all kinds of stuff that I don't remember the name of.
Right.
But I don't really watch that too much.
So you go to bed about 11:15 then, huh?
Yeah, 11 is my book form that I have put on my deadline, for myself.
Okay. And what time do you get up in the morning?
Let's see. Well, I'll put it this way. Breakfast begins at 9.
Okay.
Now, yeah, depending on the time I go to bed is the time that I wake up. But I enjoy staying in bed and listening to the morning news on my favorite Phyllis that you would just, I'm sure, I'm almost positive you would enjoy being in their group or their company, because they are really great. I was going to say actors, but they're in the business of entertaining, really, with serious information, but,
Uh,
okay. That's the answer to your question. What time? You,
unfortunately, I usually go to bed after 12. Yeah, like
oh,
12:30 or something.
yeah, I have to be at breakfast if you want anything at 9. So
So that's just to get out there. Just,
I usually wake up around 7,
mhm.
and then I just put on my little hand radio and enjoy another hour. Because in my opinion here, the experience is they put on, I think, some of their best, oh gosh, what is the name? Presenters, the radio guys, especially the guy at 5:30 in the morning. He would win an Academy Award. He is really,
It's good.
oh, good, yeah, thanks a lot. I was searching for the word.
I'm a wordsmith.
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay, we got that. So so everybody understands. You also take little trips out occasionally. You go visit different places, right? Do some touring and things. Is that correct?
I did that before I came here.
Well, no. You were out 3 days ago. You went to some castle or something, did you? Or
Oh, as a group, oh, yeah.
yeah, a group then. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there are opportunities like that.
You enjoy it? You enjoy it?
Yes, they're maybe not for what they are in themselves, but as an excuse to get out.
I see.
Change of scenery is good for us all.
Yeah, yeah.
Phyllis, do you walk okay?
I had a cane, and that's one reason I'm in this place. And there's a story behind it, and I don't feel like talking about it.
That's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
We haven't talked too much here, I think. Anybody else have any other questions for Phyllis?
What do you think of the church in Ireland these days?
What do you think of the church in Ireland? Teresa wants to know. What do you think of the church in Ireland?
I'm listening to you. I'm just trying to think of some answer. What do I think of it?
Where all the RCs are, you know.
Okay, I'm going to just answer it by saying, I think each individual might have a completely different answer, but I feel open, and if I like something, okay. If I believe in it, okay. And if I don't, I just ignore it. I don't have any urge to participate. I don't feel great like a Joan of Arc. I just don't feel like telling the rest of them how to run the show. I'm just sitting back enjoying my part of it now.
Good, good. It's a good time for you.
It is, yeah, and rather than argue with everything or certain people, and see up here, I don't know, I'm going to whisper now, but
Listen closely.
have you ever heard of the difference between the south part of Ireland and the north part? Because we whisper when we talk about the north, the people of the north. Have you ever seen a parade of them? They're the old, see, my mom and my grandmother and that side of the family were all Lutheran.
Right.
But see, I'm a Roman Catholic.
Yes, we know.
And yeah, but over here, you're fine if you stand up, but you don't want to go up north. And if you do, don't tell them what church you belong to.
Well, you know, they call them the RCs up there. Catholics. Oh, yeah.
Oh, let me tell them, they call them other things, but I.
Oh, yeah. Phyllis, my grandmother emigrated over here from Northern Ireland. She lived in Armagh, in Katy. And when she was like 17 years old, she came over. And so I have a lot of Northern, Irish thing. And my dad's is from Ennis, out in County Clare.
Yeah.
So I've got both sides.
But there is a very noticeable division line.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Now, it's improving. It's improving. The Queen was over here.
Yes, she was. First time?
Yeah.
First time?
First time on Irish soil, not Northern Ireland, but Dublin, yeah.
Right.
It's a distinction, very much a distinction, if you're talking about the North.
Right.
Okay. Well, let me see now. I'm writing notes to,
You're gonna send me that stuff on the Lazy Boy. You're gonna email me the Lazy Boy, right? Okay?
yeah, I've got it written down here, and I've got the newspaper written down.
Yeah, we're gonna get this newspaper. We're gonna set that up. But on the Lazy Boy, make sure you write the color you want, and maybe have what's her name, Brita, help you with that, because I can talk to her a little bit about it.
Okay. But now, she's on her 3-week holiday, and she shifted over her jobs to Martina.
Okay.
So, let me see, what's her name? One of the other supervisors is taking care of that for me.
Okay. Well, Michelle knows all about it, but you want to talk to her about it too. What is Michelle's job there? She's what, the office manager who runs the place or something?
Yeah, she's the top guy.
Good.
Yeah, she's the top.
Very nice person. Very nice.
Oh, yes. But then, now she would be in the office doing the brainy kind of stuff.
Brainy stuff.
And a lot of the,
It's not much.
when you deal with the public, there's a word for it. She does a lot of our,
PR?
say it again.
PR.
Yes, she does that.
Okay.
As they just walked by here as I was talking to you a few minutes ago, so
Well,
she's
close by you, Phyllis,
I'm gonna whisper this. She is showing the rich people through this building, and we hope we get lots and lots and lots of money.
Yes. Well, you might want to have the rich people talk to Larry. Larry,
He's not laughing.
no, he doesn't laugh when I say these things. I've noticed it.
Well, anyway, our group visit,
Isn't this fun?
well, it's stimulating to my memory, I'm telling you,
Right.
you know.
And we all need that, believe me.
Yeah, oh, are you the little boy that blah, blah, blah?
Yeah. Oh, there was something I wanted to ask you. I want to ask you a question. Let's see. Stan Storman, guys, emailed me, and this is what he said, because I told him, we're going to talk. He said, Jim, can you refresh my memory? Stan Storman was one of our classmates. You taught him. He lives out in California, but he's not on here. But anyway, he said he wanted to ask a question. He gave me a question to ask you, okay? And he said, I'm reading from his email. He said, can you refresh my memory in any way about Sister Amata? You have piqued my interest and I can't let go. Was she the one who had a brother who was a singer and came to our class and performed for us? Or was that in 5th grade? Do you remember? You have a brother who was a singer?
Well, I have a brother who thought he was, and he was take off. I'm not that one.
Okay.
My brother
Okay.
was an airline pilot. Yeah,
Oh, that's
and he's passed on now.
right.
Um,
How many siblings did you have, Phyllis?
just my brother Dennis, and there's 8 years difference.
Oh,
But he married a girl from Great Britain, and they had 3 sons. So I'm in touch with
do they
2
live, do they live in,
my nephews, 2 of my nephews, yeah.
do they live in the States or do they live in
In California,
California?
yeah. One's in California, and the other one is also an airline pilot, and he flies out of, I don't have my map.
Los
The
Angeles?
state, Utah, is that between Colorado and California?
Yes, it is.
Last time we looked.
Yeah.
Phyllis, you have no Irish accent. Were you raised in Ireland? I'm not clear on that. Were you raised in Ireland or in the United States? Have no accent.
Well, who are you to be asking me that? My goodness, why would I have, oh darling, now why would I be having an Irish accent just because I'm over here? 23 years, there's nothing wrong with it. And you
I love your accent. I'm not saying that's not wonderful, but you don't sound like you have an Irish accent at all.
no, I don't. And, I'm just me, and I've been with me longer than I've been over here. So it just hasn't worked out that way. And I'm glad you mentioned that because that is so enjoyable for me. There are different kinds of accents over here.
Right.
And when they get some only, there's a talk show on radio where, this guy, this super smart guy, answers phone calls and people tell him their problems about their neighbors and what's going on. It is so entertaining. It's worth making a picture out of. They call it picture, making a movie out of it. And I forget what the question was, so, okay.
That's all right, don't worry about it. The question was,
Were you raised in the U.S. or in Ireland?
yeah, the Irish accent. Now, you run into different accents, is what you were saying.
Well, we can do it for fun for a little while, but then I'm most comfortable just being me, so.
Do you run into Gaelic much? I know it's mostly out in the west part of the country, but you run into Gaelic?
No, you're right, it's out in the wilderness. Once in a while, like I would think like in the publishing business and in the communications business, like we have a radio, one of the radio stations that's all Gaelic, and sometimes I'll listen to it just for the entertainment of listening to some of their words. But even when some of them speak English, well, many of them, if not most, speak English, but some of the fellas that have a little comedy streak in them, they will imitate their own granny.
Phyllis, sit back. You don't have to sit close over here.
Oh, well, I want to be sure that they hear me.
Hear you. Now you're fine. Right there is fine. We can hear you.
Okay.
How's it? Yeah. Okay. All right. I get it. All right. Anybody? We're gonna probably have to wrap up here. Does anybody else have any questions? Burning questions of Phyllis? We'd love to do this again if it's okay with you, Phyllis.
Well, gosh, yes, I'm going into parts of my past that I hardly ever go into. And it's embarrassing to me, but it's also teaching me, giving me an opportunity to be who I am, but who I forgot that I was,
Yeah.
Well, you can't possibly know it because you're not in your 80s yet.
No.
When you get there, honey, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
You're here. All right, listen, we're all gonna pop off now. time for our naps,
What time is it?
Oh, I don't know, it's about 11:30 almost. In the East Coast, it's 11:30. Everybody here, I think, is East Coast, yeah, except for, everybody is. Yeah, we're all East
Well,
Coast.
that in itself is, it is a curiosity for me, and it's kind of on the negative side. What's the matter with the west of the country that you all have to go east? And now,
It's a good question.
Most of us are in the east, I think.
Yeah.
Most of us are still in the Kansas City area, right?
Some of us are, yeah. About a third of our class is still in Kansas City.
Well,
I have a couple, one in California, one in Oregon, and of course Frank is in Leadville, Colorado.
good. May I just ask you this?
Yeah.
With the experience that you each had being in the eastern part of the country and the southern, in one case that I think you mentioned.
Two actually. Dave is also from South Carolina, or is in South Carolina. Yeah. Except
Do you
in Helena.
notice a difference between the background that you have, and do you notice a different, there's a word for it, a different way of life when you go to these other places, especially?
I'll tell you, most of us have traveled probably in different parts of the country. We happen to be here now, but a lot of us have been, in different time zones. So we've experienced, we've had experiences from all different parts of the country.
With people, is there a people difference?
Yeah, the people from Indiana are kind of snooty. Other than that,
Actually, people in Indiana are really wonderful. There's a lot of little towns in Indiana, a lot of farms still.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that. To me, that's real life.
People in New Jersey are lovely people too. They have had a few more stresses in their lives than we had in the Midwest, so their life is a little more fast-paced. But
Yeah,
wonderful people.
I'm glad. And you feel comfortable where you are?
I love it. It's in northwest New Jersey, and it's filled with trees and a lot of greenery. It's a garden state, really. It's a well-named state.
Teresa, how many
Reminds me
children?
of home
what
in
was that?
Kansas City.
What was that, Phyllis?
Teresa, how many children do you have?
I have 4 children and 3 grandchildren.
Oh, Jiminy Crickets. Are they living around?
Jiminy,
Uh,
it's a big family today.
Is it, you have sons or daughters?
3 sons and a daughter. Yep.
Oh,
Can you see her, Teresa? Can you see her?
No, I see your finger.
Sorry. She's so funny. I'm trying to do my best here,
Yeah, wonderful smile. Wonderful.
oh,
So much
yeah, that's,
wonderful to have this time with you, Phyllis. It's a real gift. Thank you for taking the time out of your life to be with us.
I want to ask you, Therese, now I could do this maybe in an email, but how's Tony? Is he feeling better?
He's feeling better. He's out of pain. There's no more back pain. And the balance is a little bit of a problem, but all of us have that problem when we get a little older, right?
Oh, true.
He's still teaching. That's where he is today. He's out teaching at Ramapo College. Still loves
Right.
teaching. So he's just getting good at what he does, he tells me. So
Yeah.
he'll be 80 years old this month. So he's
Yeah,
doing well. Thank God.
Tell him happy birthday from an old woman. And if he needs any information or any tips about being in his 80s, I'll be happy to be of service.
Oh, that's great. Great. Thank you, Phyllis.
And thank you, Jim, for making this possible.
Oh,
Yes.
it's our pleasure. Believe me, we all enjoy this. And we look forward to seeing you in Hilton Head in 2016. There's 2 years from now.
Oh,
We'll
well,
fly over here for that.
I was born in 29, so if you want to subtract that, and you're still looking forward to have me in Hilton Head, if I'm able.
Of course.
Thanks for the invitation, and I'll get back to you. Yeah.
We'd love to have you. That'd be great. And maybe we'll do this again too. You like to do the Skype video chats now, right?
This is my first one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first one with a whole bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a couple others that we haven't been able to bring on. That at some point we will. And if any of our other classmates get Skype or Skype, then I'll try to arrange for you to visit with them. Okay?
Yes, and I'll be very honest with you. Like when I left St. Louis,
Mm-hmm.
Missouri, and I started then, that was my beginning. I was in my early,
25.
I was still in my 20s, yeah. And now I'm 85, and I'm trying to think of, like, what you kind of put me on the spot, because I never took time to look back on my life, because I've been so interested in the present that this has been good for me.
Right.
So, thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you for what you did for us. Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad you said did for us and not to us.
It was great to see you, Phyllis. You're looking great.
Oh, thanks, darling.
See you. All right. Well, take care, dear, and we'll be in touch. Okay. But make sure you send me the email on that lazy boy thing. Okay. Remember to do that. Otherwise, we can't get your pillow. And you can't put the paper if you don't have that proper pillow for your lazy boy chair. Right?
Okay, Jim. We'll see to it. Yeah.
Okay. Take care, dear. Can I get off now?
Bye, Bill.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So you know how to get off?
Me?
Yeah. Get out of this thing.
Yeah. I just turn you off.
Okay. No, that's stupid thing.
There's a button up here, and all I'm going to do is hit the red X.
That's it. That'll do it.
That'll do it.
All right. Take care, dear.
Thanks. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Phyllis.
Bye.